Software engineering and filmmaking. At first, they seem like very different crafts. One lives in code, systems, releases, and users. The other lives in images, sound, edits, and finished stories. But both are digital crafts. Both ask for creativity, technical skill, iteration, taste, and attention to detail. In both fields, you are shaping an experience out of pixels, timing, structure, and decisions. And this pattern shows up in other places too. A garden is not the same as a painting. A restaurant is not the same as a cookbook. A brand system is not the same as a poster. A live service game is not the same as a finished film. Some work becomes a living system. It keeps evolving. It is versioned, maintained, adapted, and reworked over time. Some work becomes a finished artifact. It reaches completion. It is edited, exported, released, and then it stands as a completed work. In software, release v1.0 is not the end. It is the moment the work becomes real. People start using it. Bugs appear. Needs change. The system begins to teach you what it has to become. So the launch is not the finish line. It is the beginning of responsibility. Once software is in the world, you are no longer only building it. You are caring for it. Film has a different kind of shape. A film resolves into a finished work. You write, shoot, edit, color, mix, export, and release. There may be distribution, marketing, festivals, and conversations afterward, but the film itself has reached a form. That change is where experience accumulates. In filmmaking, experience often accumulates across projects. You finish one film, carry the lessons forward, and bring them into the next one. In software, experience accumulates inside the system itself. The product changes, but it also remembers. It carries old decisions, new requirements, technical debt, user behavior, and institutional memory. So every decision leaves a trace. In software, a shortcut can become architecture. A naming choice can become vocabulary. A small assumption can become part of how the system thinks. Writing today's code means inheriting yesterday's decisions while preparing for tomorrow's requirements. Because software keeps running, availability becomes part of the craft. If a service fails, users are directly affected. The work is not only about making something elegant, it is also about keeping it alive. A finished film can simply be watched. It can be revisited, analyzed, loved, criticized, and remembered. But it does not usually need to wake up tomorrow and handle new users, new edge cases, and new production incidents. These two crafts teach different mindsets. Software teaches stewardship, maintenance, adaptation, and continuity. It teaches you how to build things that last. Filmmaking teaches completion, expression, milestones, and release. It teaches you how to finish things. And I think that contrast is valuable, because most of us need both instincts. We need the software instinct to maintain what matters, to improve what already exists, to respect the long life of a system. And we need the filmmaking instinct to make decisions, finish the work, release it, and move on with the lessons. Once you notice this pattern, you start seeing it everywhere. Products, gardens, restaurants, communities, platforms, and brand systems behave like living systems. Films, paintings, books, posters, campaigns, and lectures behave more like finished artifacts. So maybe the deeper question is not just, what are you making? The deeper question is, where does your work accumulate? Does it accumulate in the thing you keep maintaining? Does it accumulate in the next thing you make? Or does it live somewhere in between? If this resonates with you, I would love to hear your thoughts. Where have you seen this contrast in your own work? What other examples would you add? Drop your thoughts below.